Right, everyone. Oh, happy Monday. Happy almost end of Lionsgate. I'm Misty Magdalena Grace. I am super excited to be coming to you live today. Um, we have a really big week this week. If you're new to my channel, I am an abundance alchemist, and every week I'm talking more and more about this planetary awakening and how to leverage and harness the power of the energies on the planet as above, so below. And while I'm not an astrologer, I'm an alchemist who focuses on helping you alchemize lead into gold, fear into love, shadow into light, really working on scarcity, converting it into abundance. And we all have the opportunity, I believe, our divine birthright is to live life and live it abundantly. And we go through and we have these karmic soul contracts, we have experiences in life where it can take us out of our heart, out of our embodied experience, and into our heads. And so these runes readings every week are meant to help you develop your intuition and to help you raise your vibrational frequency and choose from your heart as opposed to your head. So just a quick little debrief. If you're new to my channel, please hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you can see also not only my readings, but also my podcast. Healthy and Wealthy and Wise is the name of my podcast. I asked last week this question, and I'm just going to keep asking it just to get more feedback. I'm thinking about separating the two and having one channel that's my Healthy, Wealthy, and Wise podcast, and one channel that's more focused on the Divine Feminine Awakening, on runes readings, magical, mystical, witchy type content. So if that interests you, please comment below. And if you ever want to, just comment below with questions. I am getting more involved and engaged with comments, and I love to answer your questions. If you're in my YouTube channel, if you're on LinkedIn, Facebook, fantastic. My YouTube channel is really ideally where you would subscribe. I don't always live stream to Facebook and LinkedIn. I don't always put not all of my content goes on Facebook or LinkedIn. So if you're connected to me there, please go to magdalenagrace.com and you could subscribe to my YouTube channel there, or just get to be in the know of all of my events and workshops. I have a women's retreat coming up. I have another co-ed retreat coming up for conscious entrepreneurs. I have a Yoni steam on September 5th. So there's a lot of things happening. August is kind of a pause because of all the retrogrades, kids going back to school, just a lot of things in my life shifting as they are in yours. And so just know that I'm all about health, wealth, and relationship alchemy. And coming at it from a conscious inner wisdom, as one of my friends calls it, the inner verse, to help your inner world reflect out back to you what you want to really truly see in your life, your outer world. Because what's out here is a movie, or some people call it a game, of what is this heart space, this embodied experience is a projector. So if you don't understand that, you can have a lot of karmic things that just keep happening. The scarcity keeps happening. The health challenges keep happening. The relationship issues keep happening. How do those change? Well, it's an inside job. So as within, so without. So I do these readings every week. This one is going to be a reading, no ritual. Last week was the ritual to honor the full moon. Next week will be the next ritual to honor the new moon. So last week I did have two readings. And because of the way the new moon falls, next week I will also have two readings. And this week, simply one. So today Mercury goes to direct. So we have one less planet out of retrograde. So what that means is, Mercury is the psychopomp, the communication, the connection to actually Woden. If you're into Norse mythology like I am, you don't have to be, but Mercury retrograde oftentimes creates communication issues, breakdowns. It's not a time to make really big decisions. It's a time to reflect. So you're coming out of this Mercury retrograde, and this is actually a great week to start to take what you learned the past 3 to 4 weeks and apply it into wisdom, into action. So think about that today when you think about what is it that you want to focus on, health, wealth, or relationships. Now, this is a general reading. A general reading is for the collective. It's take the best, leave the rest. There may only be one thing that resonates in what I say today, and that's fantastic. And as always, if you want a personal reading, go to magdalenagrace.com and sign up for that there. So just a couple of highlights. Again, I'm not an astrologer. I do study it though, and I am studying tarot and all of the things. and have been working with the runes now for almost 3 years. And it's really helped me to understand what's going on the planet and how those energies come into play. So today Mercury goes direct. Tomorrow we have Venus being trine, and there's Black Moon Lilith energy. There's a lot of love energy. A lot of my clients have intentions around self-love and then how that plays out in relationships. So if that's you, this is actually a good week to maybe take those risks. Tomorrow is the most auspicious day in the month of August. That's according to Sabrina of the Rewilding for Women channel. She's one of my favorite astrologers. If you can, follow her. She's got a lot of great embodied information about divine feminine archetypes, divine masculine archetypes. You're going to hear me talk more about the feminine and masculine archetypes and polarities and how we heal those archetypes inside of us, heal the mother-father wound, and then, oh my gosh, everything else in our life becomes so much more delicious, so much more rich. And the other things to consider for this week is we're in between the full moon. Last week you let go of things. You're kind of allowing things to settle, and you're starting to think about seeds for those change. So again, it is perfect timing that Mercury is going direct, so you can let that energy go. So this week is a great week to start, take action, to, if you don't already, write down your vision every day and your goals every day. This is a great time to be an impetus for doing that. So I'm going to go ahead and clear sacred space. I didn't want to go too much in the astrology today. Again, this is just more about a runes reading, since we are finishing out Lion's Gate. That's the other reason tomorrow is such an auspicious day, is we're finishing the season of abundance with Isis. And you can literally, go out and buy a lottery ticket tomorrow if you want, or just send an email that scares you, or have that conversation with a partner that maybe scares you, or go for what you want tomorrow. So that's just another little tidbit. So we got my candle lit. I'll be pulling 3 runes, and then I got a new gifted deck to me this weekend. If you're watching, you know who you are. Thank you for gifting me this runic oracle deck. It's another runes deck. I didn't even know it existed. It's gorgeous. And so that'll be my bonus card reading after I pull past, present, future of the runes. And if you're new to my channel, new to runes, just look up runes, R-U-N-E-S. And this is all about developing your intuition, and you're really getting more trusting of what and who you are inside, so you can make better decisions on the external part of your life. This movie, this hologram that we're a part of. So I'm going to call in spirit, call in Woden and Freya. I'm going to pull the past, present, future, the beginning, middle, and end of the week, and then do the bonus. Okay, interesting. That makes total sense. So I'm going to pull them first. Got some repeating themes here from some that I pulled 2 weeks ago. Wow, interesting. All right. So what I want you to do is take a deep breath in and really maybe quiet your mind, close your eyes, deep breath in, and exhale. Get ready to receive the messages divinely inspired for you. Another deep inhale. And exhale. Now I'm going to show you, this is for the first couple days of the week. So this is coming out on Monday. Take a look at this. This is Fehu reversed. See if anything comes through. Write it down if it does. I'm going to go ahead and explain this one. So Fehu reversed, we pulled this, I want to say 2 to 3 weeks ago during the Mercury retrograde. So this is not surprising that this is coming back on the first part of the week, since Mercury is going direct today. So for today and tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, it's telling you to really just be careful and mindful of your spending. So be really, really careful and mindful of your spending. This is not a time to make big financial decisions or big expenditures, is what I'm getting from this reading. It's a time to really reflect. You can even see in this image, it's almost like you have a pole or something that these two pieces that are coming from the back of the pole is just to really hold on, and stay strong, stand firm. I don't know if you can hear that. I have a phone call coming in right now. I apologize for that, but maybe you can't hear it. But just really stay firm in your spending. This is a good time to reflect still, even though Mercury goes direct today, we're still in the shadow for the next 2 to 3 weeks. This is telling me you need to reflect on your spending, reflect on your finances. Maybe if you haven't already, do a budget for the rest of the month, maybe even the rest of the year. We're getting close to, not super close, but we're like 6 weeks out from the fourth quarter. So this is a good time to reassess your finances and first couple of days of the week, really be mindful of your spending. Then rune number 2, I'll let you take a look and see what comes through for you. So this is now these, which goes perfectly with Feyhu Reversed. What this is telling me is after you've got your budget, really focusing on your basic needs in the middle of the week. Maybe this is the time to cut back on spending. Not only that, but just getting rid of things that you don't need. So it's actually a great time. I know it's not like spring. Spring is known for spring cleaning. But this is summer. This is a season of abundance. Maybe have you been too abundant in your spending in certain areas of your life? Maybe you need to cut back on not only your spending, but your doing. Maybe this is a time to stop and smell the roses and get really clear and reconnecting to your core values, where it comes not only in money, but in your health, in your relationships. Have you been spending too much money or too much time in certain areas and you feel out of balance? So this is a middle of the week, Wednesday, Thursday is a time to really reconnect with those core values again. And this is actually a very similar reading that we had 2 to 3 weeks ago. If memory serves me, usually I forget the readings, but this is like very similar in that. So this week is about slowing down and smelling the roses. Maybe enjoying. I was actually just thinking about this morning, going rock climbing with my son, taking my daughter out. This is the calm before the storm with eclipse season coming up in September. This is a really good time to slow down and reflect on your basic needs, both in your health and wealth, and of course in relationships. In conjunction with that first one, it could be connected to spending, but it doesn't have to be. I just want to reiterate. And then here's the third and final one. So this is actually Perthrow reversed. Normally it looks like this, but it's this. So, which is interesting because as we're coming out of this Mercury retrograde, Perthrow oftentimes means it's a combination of the occult and mysteries, things that are unknown, like rolling the dice and taking a chance. So, what I'm getting from this, and this is towards the end of the week, is just the whole week is about slow down, stop and smell the roses, and especially towards the end of the week, don't take any big risks or any big chances. As we're coming out of this Mercury retrograde and we still have 4 planets in retrograde, it's still a time of slowing down and reflection. And the other thing that I just learned about this rune recently is it does have a little bit more to do with sacred sexuality and the divine feminine. That's where it's intuitive, it's mystical, it's mysterious, it's kind of sexy when you think about. I think a lot of times when people get addicted to gambling, it's because there's like this rush and this adrenaline and this like lust. So what this is telling me is to come from a place of heart and love and slowness, if that makes sense. So whatever you're working on right now, whether it's health, wealth, or relationships, take that all into consideration. As I summarize this reading again, it's about slowing down, not taking any big chances in spending in health or relationship, and just simplifying your life. simplifying your life this week, and actually probably taking less chances and less action. And it's fascinating because as I'm saying this, I've been hearing the same theme from some of my favorite tarot readers. So those are the 3 runes. Now I'm going to finish up with, again, a bonus card from my new rune oracle deck. What is the clarification that we need on this reading today? Is there anything else that we need to know to take this up a notch? This is a new deck, so I'm still getting to know. Oh, interesting. Wow. So this is another reversed rune. I have Awaz in reverse, so it's the upside down M. And I am a fan of reading the reverse. There are some people out there who are not. So let me just pull this. Awaz, you can't probably see it. There's actually upright, there's 2 horses. And Awaz typically, it stands for partnership. So this is just to clarify the reading. Okay, bear with me a second. So I'm having brand new for me. This will be brand new for you. Okay, page 74. So I'll read this to you. It's trust, swiftness. Think of a horse is running swiftly, and friendship. The inspiration, the question, that's how this card is. There's an inspiration, an affirmation, and then a reading. So inspiration is, where is the trust in your life right now? Where is the trust? So this is a great reflection question to write down, a journal prompt. Where is the trust? And the affirmation is, I can trust. I can trust. Just so you know, this is element of water, the planet of Mars. The god is Tyr. The gift of this card is primal companionship. The challenge is disconnection. So since I did pull it in reverse, where do you feel disconnected and maybe not trusting of yourself and others? So this is a good week to reflect on that, especially since this week also has a lot of relationship energy with Venus going into the Black Moon Lilith arena. When this shows up in your life, Awaz is a rune of trust, companionship, and togetherness, a vital energy and concept for the bleak northern seas and mountains. This rune is asking you to see who around you is worthy of your trust. So, and remember, I pulled it in reverse, so maybe there's people that are deceiving you or deceptive in your life. So have you been really reflecting on that? Awaz is the horse rune. A means horse or swift one in the language of the people who first walked Europe. To travel with your horse means you must trust your horse, and your horse must trust you, especially when you are high in the mountains and your survival depends on your horse, and vice versa. Trust is where the energy of Awaz flows most keenly, not just horse and rider, but in all the ways trust shows up. Awaz energy in your pull or reading is asking you to look at trust in your world. Oh my gosh, I've been working on that this whole summer. Where is their trust? Who, what, and write this down. Where is their trust? Who, what, when, and why? Find those worthy of placing your trust and ask in turn, am I worthy of their trust? So remember, as within, so without. Horse and rider both have to trust each other to get to where they're going. As you're looking at where is their trust in your life, the who, the what, the when, and the why, asking yourself, look in the mirror and say, am I worthy of trust? Am I trusting myself? So this could be a good week also to work on trusting yourself with spending, your healthy habits. I'm in the 88-day Vibrant Challenge now with a group of people. It's still not too late to join. If you want to join in my 88-day Vibrant Health Challenge, email me at info@magdalenagrace.com. It's free for the month of August, and then we're charging a nominal fee starting August 29th. So to build trust in yourself first, then you have trust in your health, wealth, and relationships. Building trust with your spending. That's also a theme of this week, is to be careful with your spending. Focus on your basic needs, your fundamentals, your daily habits of spending in your health and wealth, and even in your relationship. Are you taking relationships for granted? Are you not trusting of others? It might be a sign that you're not trusting in yourself in choosing in these relationships. So this rune is calling you to investigate your trust networks, those complex social relationships. Make sure you are putting your trust where you wish to put it and not relying on trust that may not be there as much as you require it. Sometimes we put too much trust in others, and that's just kind of like a cop out. We're bypassing our own trust and doing things ourselves. Where is trust plentiful? Another journal prompt. Where is trust plentiful in your life? And where do you maybe require more trust? These are great journal prompts. Where do you require more trust? And that's where you can build more trust in yourself by recommitting to daily habits and daily rituals. And last journal prompt is, how can you make environments around you with low trust feel safe? How can you make networks, environments, relationships around you with low trust feel more safe? I've been working on this safety thing and environment thing really for the past couple of years. And it is about not operating from survival, but with like the money example with Feihu in reverse, what I'm getting there is just, have a budget, stick to the budget, and build trust in yourself. If you have a health goal, go back to the fundamentals: meditation, breath work, healthy eating. Pick one thing to build your trust on this week, and you're going to get slower results than you probably want. I just want to remind you, trust takes time. I teach that in sales, trust and rapport with clients and prospects. Maybe you need to really focus on that this week. Or if you are in a relationship, do you trust yourself in loving yourself so that that other person can develop trust in you? And then vice versa, do you feel safe in this environment that you're in? And if not, what can you do to make yourself feel more safe, whether it's setting more boundaries? Again, going back to your core values this week is really a huge theme. In fact, that'll probably be the title of today, is just really, really revisiting and leaning into your core values in health, wealth, relationship, and building trust in yourself. If you have any questions, please, again, comment below or email me, info@magdalenagrace.com. You can also look at my upcoming events and workshops and things that I have coming up, mostly starting in September. September 5th, I have a yoni steam for women. We're going to talk about how to be conscious in your sacred sexuality. We're also having a women's retreat, September 8th, 9th, and 10th here in San Diego. You can still sign up for that. So feel free to go to magdalenagrace.com. And then thank you also for those of you who have donated to my Venmo, bought me coffee or tea, or just gave me a tip. They're not expected or required, but always appreciated. And look forward to next week. It's going to be a big, big, big week. So I hope this week, if you focus a lot on the fundamentals this week, after letting go of what you let go of in the full moon last week and the Lions Gate portal closing tomorrow, boom, you could really catapult into next week's new moon energy. And I'll have 2 readings next week, one a general reading and then a new moon reading and ritual as we head into that new moon in Virgo. So here's to your best health, your best wealth, your best wisdom, and trusting, since this week is also about trusting. Really lean into that. Take action based on this reading. Don't just this isn't just for entertainment purposes. I just want to reiterate, I really want you to embody this reading and make a decision based on this reading. What are you going to do different this week in your health, wealth, or relationships? And again, if you're new to my channel, please like, subscribe, and share this with someone you know that could benefit from some intuition development and really trusting themselves by going within for the answers, as opposed to always going outside for the answers. So the best is yet to come. I wish you an amazing week ahead, and look forward to hearing from you. Comment below what you got out of this reading today and what you're planning to take action on. Bye-bye.
Subscribe, like, and share with your friends. Hire Magdalena for a runes reading or healing session by emailing support@microdosingforhealth.com.